Hi, this is Derek Murphy from creativity.com. I'm going to talk a little bit about passive income. I'm probably this month getting to the point, well, if I took book sales and the stuff I'm doing with my business, I'm probably at like 10K a month in passive income, which is really exciting. It sounds better than it is because I pay a lot for my businesses, for the things that I run, my email list or all the services I'm using. Um, I have a lot of fees for my business that add up, but even so, I'm really excited because for the last like 5 or 10 years, I've been doing online business, but I've been doing services. So I've built content that brings in traffic, and then hopefully they buy my services, and I work with them. That's been like cover design or formatting. I've been trying for the last few years to try to build up my passive income. I think like 4 years ago, I took a course from Celeste Chow, who has a blog, a self-improvement blog online about passive income. And I've taken some other products about building up a passive income. I've tried to learn a lot about online business, but I'm just starting to figure it out this year and really just this month. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how that works for me, how my business works, all the different parts, because it might be interesting if you're thinking about building an online business or setting up um, a passive income business, which is really ideal. The beautiful thing about it, of course, is every morning I can wake up and I can check my accounts and I make like $250 a day without really working. Actually, I'm working a lot. I'm building all these products. I'm building all these websites. It took a lot of time to develop, but once it's built, as long as you keep getting traffic, you can earn money without actively selling your time, which I think is kind of the dream. That's also true. That's why I was attracted to writing and writing fiction. So now I have like the fiction stuff, which is going pretty good, but I need to keep developing new books and stuff to and content to keep the visibility high, to keep my book selling. And then for the nonfiction and the business side of it, I had services. So I have sites mostly about book design, but also about publishing. My main platform, Creativity, was set up to help creative people, artists, and authors make more money with their creative output. And that's something that I hope I've been doing, but I'm really just learning. Like, I wanted to do it myself before I could really teach other people. And I was doing pretty well with services, but that's not really on target for my audience because authors and artists, they want to sell their products and not their services. It's a little different. It's similar. Online business is just, visibility, having an offer that people want, pitching it or putting it at a price point, or exploring or examining or communicating the benefits of your offer to your audience in a way that makes them want to buy it, and then adding stuff like um, credibility boosters like testimonials or reviews, or adding scarcity with like a flash deal or a time or a discount. There's a lot of, they're not exactly marketing hacks. They're sales tactics that push people to make purchasing decisions. They're not really scammy, even though they're annoying to some buyers. They help buyers to purchase something that they might want or that might help them. So like in my case, I know I have two sites that are about book cover design templates and book formatting templates. They started with just, I see a lot of demand for those things, so I started just putting out tutorials and guides with like screenshots of how I format books, how I design books. Then I started to make a lot of videos. Those have built traffic over several years. I put out a paid package of book formatting templates and book cover design templates, but I wasn't very good at selling those because I'm not a strong seller. So I was getting a lot of traffic, and then I slowly improved the conversion of my traffic by adding, cleaning up my landing pages. I'm using optimized press mostly for landing pages. I have a really awkward funnel system, but it kind of works for me right now. I'll probably redo it later. Right now I have two sites, DIYbookcovers.com and DIYbookformats.com, on optimized press, which is like a landing page site, which works decently well. But then I was using like lead pages for the opt-in box where they click it and they sign up to the opt-in. I switched to ClickFunnels now. So now they go to my optimized press site and they sign up and they get into ClickFunnels. That goes to my MailChimp. So it's pretty complicated. Only recently, like what I did have is they sign up for the free stuff, and then over an email series of about a week, I try to convince them to buy the paid package. So like you got the free templates, but if you want more professional templates and some extra bonuses, sign up for the $47 Epic Book Design package. That's something I've been trying to sell. Previously, it was like on both sites I had one independent product of book design templates. Now I've just kind of put everything together into one package. I've moved everything over to Teachable, which is a course system, because I was using stuff like eJunkie. There's different things you can use to deliver digital products when someone pays for something, but it was kind of a pain to keep everything working and to keep track of all the purchases. And I started using Teachable recently for courses. So now what I have is I set something up inside of Teachable, which is kind of like half course, half product, and there's links to the digital downloads inside of Teachable. I like Teachable because it makes a pretty decent sales page, and I can also do things like add a discount. So I can say now with my DIY package, I just changed it to previously it was $47, and I just tried to get them to buy it. And then I said like the bonuses are going away after a week. Now I've changed it to $97, but they can get it for $47 with an immediate tripwire. A tripwire is something that means when they sign up to your list, they're immediately hit with a one-time offer. It's usually a low-cost offer just to see if they're willing kind of to buy something. And the idea is if they're willing to buy something low-cost, then they'll be willing to buy something higher cost after that. So what I have now is 47 is kind of high for a tripwire, but for the value of all the stuff that I've put in my package, it's actually a pretty good deal. So I'm comfortable charging 47, but if they don't take advantage of the tripwire, so they sign up and then they get one chance to buy the package for $47 and they go to Teachable and it shows a discount. So it shows like usually 97, now 47. And Teachable just changed some things where the checkout form where they actually pay for it, they've added some options where I can now add some testimonials and a 30-day refund guarantee on that page, which increases conversion in the checkout process, which I also like. So right now they sign up, they go on my MailChimp, they have one offer to buy the $47 package. If they don't want that, then they can buy the package for $67 for another 5 days. And I send them a lot of really helpful long material because at this point they probably still don't know who I am, and I need to convince them. It's kind of a long shot if they're ready to just buy something right away without knowing who I am. And I can definitely be getting better about selling that. Right now my funnel is just like barely functional, but not great. I know I could do a lot better with better sales copy and better design. I could really boost that conversion. But it's kind of working right now, and you kind of have to just take everything step by step, make slow improvements, and test things out a lot. So what happens now is they get a lot of useful content. I remind them that they can buy it for $67, and then after 5 days I say it's going up to $97 is the last chance to buy the package. Some people buy that package, some people don't, and that's fine. I continue offering them lots and lots of helpful content. What I have been doing is just having like long emails with lots of content and lots of links back to my site, because I also want to get them back to my site to read more articles, which increases traffic on my site and also gets them to know who I am. Because in the emails, they still may not know me, but if they land on my site, they'll be able to see my picture, they'll read more of my posts. What I really should do is shorten my emails a lot down to like one paragraph, and have one link repeated a couple times. Generally in an email, you'll only want one call to action. I don't do that. I have like a dozen different links because I kind of just want them to feel like I'm overwhelming them with helpful and useful content. I'm not good at selling, but I feel like that's kind of part of my brand, is that I'm not doing things the way that people who are good at selling are doing things. So people see that I'm doing things differently. They don't feel like they're being sold to. The end result is that I probably don't sell as much as I could. However, I also think my brand trust and credibility is higher than I think it is. I think if I tried to sell things to my list and I was better about selling things, I would probably have more success than I think. So it's kind of exciting to kind of be playing with all this stuff and just seeing some improvement. Right now, like I said, I have my low-cost offer, which is $47 but then it goes up to 97. I'm going to put in like 2 more products. I have a new product that's um, a, a giveaway software that is good for list building, and I have a course on getting 1,000 subscribers in 10 days. So that will be a separate offer that I can put into my email funnel. So I can say like, this is how I built, a huge email list pretty quickly, and it's what I'm using to sell my fiction. That's a pretty good offer that I can offer my list. And then I will also have a main offer, which will be Guerrilla Publishing, is like my main course about book publishing and book marketing, which I think will be really useful for most authors. So that'll come like later if they've passed on the first offer, or even if they've gotten the first offer and they kind of have an idea of how much value I can provide, or even if they haven't bought anything yet and they've been reading my emails, they'll know that I know what I'm talking about. And so after like a week or two of providing a lot of value, I'll put them into an evergreen course funnel, which just means usually with a course launch, you have like a 7-day or 10-day course launch email series to try to sell a course. And usually a lot of people end their course launches. So you say things like, I'm only letting 100 people in, it's going to end at this date, you have a countdown. That all improves conversion. But I personally, for my brand and my business, I don't want to work very hard to do big course launches. I'll probably do one for my existing list when I launch Guerrilla Publishing, but then I will just put it in part of my email sequence as an evergreen, which means it's always open. So I'll have like flash bonuses if you sign up quickly. I'll have special offers or a discount if you use special links. So there will be scarcity and urgency built in to my evergreen sales launch, but it won't be like something I do twice a year, which is what a lot of people do. They'll just have like one huge course launch. They'll do a lot of advertising. What I would rather do, because I don't think I have a lot of hustle. I don't want to do like huge course launches and make, a couple $100,000. What I would love to do is steadily make 10K a month on autopilot without doing any active work from my existing traffic. And then when I want to, I could be spending on advertisements to put more people into my funnel at different levels. I'm actually going to do a thing I'll talk about later in another video, but once this course is done, I'm going to test out basically 8 ways of marketing your course. I'm going to do an 8 weeks to 100K course launch test where I'll test 8 different ways of marketing your online course. I'll spend maybe $1,000 in ads for each week, and I'll see which one converts the best, and then I'll try to push the conversions up. I'll use whichever funnel is working to sell the course, and I'll just kind of scale up really quickly and see if I can sell $100,000 worth of online courses in 8 weeks, which I think is an exciting, not only is it kind of an exciting stunt that people can get engaged with because I'm chronicling the process and they can see behind the scenes of how it's actually working, but also I'll learn a lot from it. I'll learn by testing what kind of things I need to do to actually sell my courses and grow my business. So that's kind of where I am and what I'm doing with my online business. I feel like I'm still learning a lot about, especially passive income and things like conversions and funnels and sales copy. I could still be doing a lot better. I feel like my platform's kind of hacked together, but also it's working pretty well right now. Like I said, I think I'm at about $200 a day from my digital products and about $200 a day from my fiction on Kindle, which is a very exciting start. I'm still doing some client work, but now that I'm making this much in passive income, I can really stop doing the client work and focus on figuring out what's broken. Like before, I was never making enough passive income that I could stop with the client work, which meant I always had to keep actively working, and I never had time to fix all of these half-made projects and platforms and websites. Now that I have some more time, I can fix the things that are broken, focus on improving conversion, finishing a bunch of the course offers and digital products that have always been like unfinished for the last couple of years, and finally start scaling up on a big level, which is the exciting thing too about passive income. It's usually some kind of a digital product, like a course or a product where they just pay and they download the thing. And if they don't like what they've bought, you can refund them. It's a really easy business model. It doesn't take a lot of active control. Like I don't have to be monitoring the business or running the business all the time, which means I can really be focused on improving the business, improving conversions, sending more traffic, building more content, or doing stunts that get a lot of links or visibility. I'll be talking a lot about that too. I'm building a lot of things for my fiction platforms to get long-term traffic to a few genre-specific websites so that I don't really have to do book marketing anymore because I get a lot of traffic to my site. So I'll talk about that in future videos. This video just might help if you're into this kind of stuff and you're doing online business and you're interested in switching from active income to passive income. These are some of the things and the challenges that I've been dealing with over the last few months. Like I said, I'm kind of like, I haven't been making very much money with passive income until very recently. And now that I am, I feel like I can finally fine-tune and tweak some things. I think by the end of this year, I'll have my shit figured out to the point where it's working pretty well. And also I feel like I'm making money, but I'm not doing it very well. I think I could have a much more polished, much more professional looking platform. And I should have that. And I could do that just by redoing a bunch of my sites. Several of my, like Creativity, gets a lot of traffic. My main book cover design site gets a lot of traffic, and I'm not converting that traffic very well. And I could easily just rebrand the site and put a big opt-in offer on top. And significantly, I could probably get 100 opt-ins a day on those sites, which could be 5 or 10 sales a day if everything was going right. I get about 100 opt-ins a day already from DIY book covers and DIY book formats. So I'm only converting at like possibly 2 or 3%, as in I get 100 opt-ins and I might get 3 sales a day. I think I should easily get that up to 5 sales a day, and I could also boost my opt-ins to 200 opt-ins a day and double my income pretty easily. Again, this is the exciting thing about passive income, is that you can make small tweaks with your existing platform and see really big results, something I could never do before with services or when I'm dealing with clients directly. I'm actually much more excited about, I could be just offering like $5,000 coaching packages or book design packages and working with 1 or 2 clients a month. I could be doing that, but that's really not what I would like to be doing. I'm much more excited about having a lot of low-cost, cheap offers, a totally automated funnel where people just, find my website, sign up for something, buy one of my offers, and so that's where I'm headed. Kind of by the end of this year, I would love to be at. I think I'll get I'm already at like 10K in passive income right now, but I don't know if I can keep that going over the next few months. But if I can keep it going and if I can fix all my platforms, I think it's feasible I could get up to 20K in passive income by the end of 2017. And if I could do that, then I could really scale up big. I could spend 15K a month on ads and just get huge really quickly. That's something that's a different thing than what I have been doing. Like right now, I'm just trying to fix my broken platforms. Scaling up with ads and being kind of a big player, that's something that's very easy to do. It could be very easy to do, but is also a totally different business model than what I have been doing. So that's a little scary for me right now at this point, but that's also kind of the next step. Like if I can get all my stuff worked out and functional, and I get to the point where my conversion is good, and I know that putting more people in my funnel has a direct impact, and I can, like if I put 100 people in my funnel, it makes an extra $100, for example. When I know those kind of details, then it's really easy for me to know how much I can budget on advertising and start to see really big results. So that's something that I might start doing like at the end of this year, once I feel comfortable that I've got my business running well and people are satisfied with what I'm offering. And I want to make sure people are really happy with what they're buying from me before I get bigger. But that also is kind of the next step. So in 2018, if all goes well, I'll probably be making videos about like how to scale really quickly with Facebook ads or advertisements or that kind of thing. So I hope this helped a little bit. If you want to follow this process, you can subscribe or visit me on Creativity. My whole platform, my videos are very, I think, a little unprofessional or casual, but people also say a lot more authentic for the same reason. Like I said, I'm not great at selling things, but I do think my content and what I have to offer is very valuable, which is why, I mean, that's usually what I hear from people is just, I'm not great at selling, but the amount of helpful information that I provide and that I put online helps thousands of authors to publish better. I'm going to start to, I've been talking mostly about authors and publishing. I'm going to start talking more about online business, growing up a platform or an audience, because I think for authors and artists especially, knowing how to make things that sell and then sell those things online, I think that's something I really want to start talking more about in the next year or so. Thanks, bye-bye.